They killed Ant-Man! Or did they? Hey Dino Dudes, what's going on? It's me, the Media Raptor, and I am back with a premiere review to a movie that has not yet been released. Now, you guys might be looking at the title up there and going, dude, how can you be reviewing Ant-Man? The movie hasn't come out yet. Well, thanks to my friends over at Screen Junkies, or at least I like their Facebook page, so I guess we're friends in a way, I won tickets to an advanced screening of Ant-Man the other day. Or actually, just last night. And let me tell you, it was great. It was like a VIP screening. I got to meet some of the cast, and the Space Channel was there. It was great. And best of all, it was totally free. And I got to rub it in your face, the fact that I know everything that happened in the movie, and you didn't. Oh, and by the way, minor spoiler alert for this review. I'm not going to give away anything huge. There are a couple points which could be considered spoilers. I just feel like you should be warned ahead. But yeah, so with that out of the way, let's get straight to the review. So, Ant-Man. What did I think, just straight up? It was better than Age of Ultron. And I know on my Age of Ultron review, I'm like, oh my gosh, this was amazing! But I saw it again, and really, it wasn't really as good as I thought it was. You know, it's a good action movie, but it had so much potential that they kind of wasted. Ant-Man did what Age of Ultron didn't. They gave us tons of action sequences, tons of fighting and all that, but they also gave us great characters, a great plot, and a great story, and just actual stakes aside from, we're gonna destroy the world, like, instead of that. Like, they actually gave us legitimate conflict in this. So, the writing. The writing is surprisingly pretty good. It's sort of an origin story of sorts. Those of you who read Ant-Man comics, Hank Pym is not Ant-Man in this movie. I was surprised by that. I really didn't know they were going to do that. And for those of you who go into this movie expecting the Wasp, she is not in this movie. They explain why, because she died. So, there, big spoilers right there are done. I believe that's all the spoilers I'm going to give away. But we have a pretty good story. It's a pretty basic story, you know, like, so this crook, I forget his name, he steals the Ant-Man suit, then he becomes Ant-Man because Daniel Cross has the Pym particles and he wants to create an army of Yellow Jacket suits that people can use for warfare, and they have to stop him and save everyone. And you know, it might sound like a really cliched and dull story, but the way they did it was really entertaining. Perhaps this movie's strongest point, though, is the humor. Surprisingly, I actually got a free poster. It's up on my wall. It says, it's like, unlike most Marvel movies, it does not say from the guys that brought you the Avengers. It says from the guys that brought you Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys, this is probably Marvel's funniest movie they've ever made, until Deadpool comes out. And arguably, this is one of their best movies they've ever made. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but if you want to hear that, go check out my review on that. Click right here. Anyhow, if you liked this movie due to its insane sense of humor, you're gonna love Ant-Man. The jokes and the timing are great. And this movie actually plays up on a couple stereotypes, like an Italian stereotype, a ghetto stereotype, and a French stereotype, all who are criminals. And those three guys, like they're the main character, their friends, they're hilarious. Like, they're probably one of the best parts of the whole movie. But there was just so much with the movie, and you know what? It was so like Guardians of the Galaxy, but not outer space, that it was a great movie. Our characters surprisingly have a good amount of depth to them. We have a reason to care about them. Hank Pym's daughter, Hope, I didn't like at first, but by the end you do like her. But then again, she was written that she's very, very strict. She's very not open. It's a long story unless you go see the movie, and I recommend you should. Yeah. The only real problem I had with the writing was the science. They actually tried to cram in some stuff like, this is how this all works. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy did that. They at least... They kind of made it work. This didn't make it work. But then again, you were talking about particles and atoms and stuff, and I'm no scientist. Acting, all the actors were great, okay? That's really all I got to say. The actors were amazing. And the guy who plays Falcon, actually, Falcon comes back in this movie, and he makes a hilarious cameo. And he did a great job again, and Stan Lee, he doesn't really say anything, but he was clearly enjoying himself way too much in his cameo. The acting is great all across. That's all I got to say. Special effects are probably the highlight of the movie, because Ant-Man's power is he can grow and shrink at any time he wants. Now, they took this, and we have to work with this while he's going back and forth while he's fighting normal-sized people. So he's running across guns, or he's punching people, or they're shooting up a little like a little model that he's running across, and then the explosions have to look 12 times bigger because he's so small, and it all looks great. Marvel has been doing really good for a long time at making their special effects look really good, and this is just proving that Marvel is good when they want to do good special effects. You know, a couple effects look kind of cheap, but you know what? I'm gonna let those pass because, they weren't enough to ruin this movie. Music? We got your basic action movie score, and we got a couple really well-placed songs I thought were kind of funny. They helped add to the humor. Camera work was great. I don't remember it ever being shaky, which was another problem I had with Age of Ultron. When I watched it again, there was some shaky moments. It looked kind of unprofessional. But I'm not here to talk about that. When I do a re-review, I'll re-review Ultron. Age of Ultron. Yeah. Anyhow, so the lighting was great, the atmospheres felt great, the sets look extremely good. So when it comes down to it, can I recommend Ant-Man? Oh, most definitely, you guys. It comes out tomorrow, you guys, in Canada. Go watch it. I can give this thing a very solid 3.5 Raptor Claws out of 4. The only reason it doesn't score 4 Raptor Claws is because the science stuff they tried to cram in, it didn't really make sense, and it did leave me with a few questions, but it wasn't enough to really hinder the movie too badly. It is a very good Marvel movie, another great installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I hope to see an Ant-Man 2 in the future, and I can guarantee you guys I am going to buy this thing on Blu-ray, so 3.5 Raptor Claws out of 4. Go watch it. It was totally awesome. Screen Junkies, thank you for the advanced screening tickets. And until next time, this is the Meteor Raptor saying keep cool, and I will see you guys around. Later.